Apricot Kernel Oil is the feature of our Carrier Oils 101 series today, and this is a series where we take a look at the common ingredients found in skin, hair, and beard products out there. I tell you guys the history, I go over the benefits, and I'll let you know if I recommend it at the end. Now, even if you don't have a beard and you found this video, I have a feeling that most of the content on this channel will be transferable and useful for you. So if you're not already, please consider subscribing. I will introduce myself. My name is Dan C. Bearded, and I really appreciate you guys checking this out. If you're excited to learn about this ingredient today, hit that thumbs up for me. It's gonna be a good one. Apricot kernel oil is very similar to sweet almond oil, but without any of the allergies. It has been used and proven to be used for over 5,000 years. And I'm so excited to dive into all the details, and please stay tuned till the end, and at any point, leave a question or comment down below. History, one of my favorite things to talk about. If you're new here, I am a former history teacher of 12 years, so this is right alongside of my passions. So this oil dates back all the way before 3000 BC in India, even though we believe the plant is native to China. But we first see records of people in India using it first for digestive purposes, and then secondly, we have records of them using it on their skin and hair. Well, it was actually the Roman and Greek empires that loved this plant and spread it all over the world. Today, by far, Turkey is the leading producer of apricots, of apricot kernel oil. Now, the extraction method is pretty unique and I like it. One thing we know is it is guaranteed to be a cold press extraction. That's great. We don't have hexane, we don't have any heat introduced, we don't have anything that can take away from the beneficial properties of this oil. But what they do is they have to get the kernel out of the apricot, and then they have to soak the kernel for 10 to 20 minutes so they can remove the outer layer and then reveal the inner kernel, and then from there they put it into the cold press machine, and essentially they just have a machine that goes in and squeezes out all of the oil. Now, the good thing with the apricot kernel is it has a very high yield of oil, meaning when they are getting the product, when they're getting the plant, they're getting a really good amount of oil out. We have some plants and products out there that, man, they're gonna get like a 10, 15% yield. We're looking at 40+% when you're getting those kernels. That's good news. It helps keep the price down. It helps keep the productivity up. Great history behind this product. And I just like to think about back in ancient India. Think about the Roman Empire. Think about the Greek Empire planting these things, using it on their hair. There's even reports of soldiers that would groom themselves before going into battle, specifically with apricot kernel oil, and then olive oil would be their other favorite. So dang cool. Benefits. Buckle up because there's a lot of them. Apricot kernel oil is a thin, fast-absorbing oil that is actually very close scientifically to our natural sebum oil. Now, that comparison to sebum oil gets thrown out with all sorts of oils out there, but this one actually is really close. Now, with all of that considered, that makes this a skin oil more than a hair oil. Now, it has all of the acid profiles that we look for. It has omega 369. I'm not gonna rap, I'm not 369 every time. It has vitamin A and E and much more. It has all of the antis, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, you name it, anti-aging, literally these things are all included here. It has a co-metagenic scale rating of a 2. Now, that's not the greatest. I would love to see a 0 or a 1, but it's also not a huge issue unless you have very sensitive skin that's prone to acne. Even then, it's probably not too much of a concern for you. A safe guess on its shelf life is about 1 year. Again, it's not the greatest shelf life ever, but it's also not a concern, especially if you pair it with good teammates like meadow foam seed oil or jojoba oil or something that's gonna let it last longer. Now, this is one that's interesting. It's one of the very few natural carriers that we see that you do not want to consume or ingest. We've really learned this over the years of 5,000 years of use, but it's not, again, the most major concern. You would have to consume about 3 whole bitter apricot kernels to have any worries there. Now, topically applied, putting it on our skin, there are no known side effects or worries. It actually has very low allergy rating, so not many people have to worry about this. It's a really good oil option. A couple of things that are also beneficial with it is it has a light yellow to golden color, but very light, and it is almost odorless. A lot of times when we're seeing these oils there, it has a strong earthy, nutty, kind of natural smell to it. This one is very light on its scent. All of those considered, pretty dang beneficial. We'll see if I recommend it, and maybe there's some situations to consider. Do I recommend this oil on your ingredients with your skin, hair, and beard products? Yes, absolutely. The more I've worked with this, the more I've really loved it. The more I've learned about apricot kernel oil, the more I've respected it. Sweet almond oil used to be one of my very favorite ingredients for beard products, and it still is. There's nothing wrong with it. But I believe apricot kernel oil has jumped it because it does everything that sweet almond oil does and doesn't come with the worries of things like allergies. Another huge benefit is that pure extraction method. That's awesome. And let's not forget about that low odor profile, because if you're making beard products out there and you want to have a wonderful, beautiful scent creation, you don't have to work around the apricot kernel oil. It's just not a factor. Now, you do want to be purposeful when you're creating that carrier blend. With this being a skin oil, you want to balance out with some hair oils. You also want to consider that somewhat shorter shelf life. It's more on the lower end of average. It's not like an alarm or anything, but you do want to put in those ingredients and teammates that have those vitamin E profile potencies like metal foam, like jojoba, to make it just better and better. This is a great ingredient. You can use it in beard oils. You can use it in soaps. There's so many applications for it. So to leave you guys with 2 questions to leave comments down below, and then if you guys have anything else at all. Number 1, what is your thought, your experience with this ingredient? Is it something that you love? Is it something you avoid? Please let us know down below. And then secondly, what products are you aware of that use this? Give me a brand, give me a product, and how do those products work for you? I'm not gonna name any, I know several, but I like these coming from you guys down in the comments because I'm not making this for any company. I'm just going out and I love researching all these different ones and then bringing the information to you guys. I hope you enjoy this, I really do, and I think that is something that really matters, is getting that information out there. Even if it's never going to be a hugely viewed video, I'm happy with that, and I appreciate anybody that made it to this point in the video. Thank you guys for watching. Dancy Bearded. Stay bearded and stay positive.